Well, pirating is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Because there was actually a ship that, where I have a picture right here, the Ghost ship, went vanishing for 10 years. This thing was huge. Cargo ship. Objects.
Really?
I've got a green.
Put it up against another.
And then,
Yeah, I remember.
It's not even the shape.
negative.
Mentally ill. Mentally
It's
disabled.
a special effects agency. Check. We're back. Working. Thank the Lord. We had some technology issues, but we are back here. Ethan Clerc Podcast Show, episode 71. Bark and Wyndham.
I never know when we're officially starting anymore.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
kind of
either.
a, it's kind of a mystery. We kind of just
A
go
new
into
opening.
it. But I do need to introduce you guys. We got Damon Wynant here, co-host of the podcast. Great to have you, Damon.
Great to be here.
Been on the podcast for many
You should
episodes.
count them up. I don't know.
It's been a lot. Someone go through, count it up, get a
When
free
we get
shirt.
to 100, we'll count how many we've each been on.
There we go.
Like,
Ethan will be on all 100.
Because it'll be easier to figure out the percentages then with 100.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Colin Clare, other co-host of the podcast. My brother, great to have you here, Colin.
Good
and
to
you've been
be
on
here.
quite a few as well. Not
Yep.
as many as Damon. You're working your way up.
Yeah, I better get sick or something.
Yeah.
Influenza B.
Yeah. This week, though, on the podcast, we do have to mention that we've made a new Facebook group. Me and Damon have been working on it. And Damon came up with an awesome name that we're going to go with now. The group is going to be called the EC Show Party. And Damon, explain a little bit about that.
We all came up with it. We put our heads together, and party's got a nice connotation
Dual
to
meaning.
it. Dual meaning. It's like, you want to be like a party, a group of people getting together to have a good time, learn something, converse, and then, of course, have fun. Absolutely. And, like a search party. Search for knowledge.
Search for the Wilder Demon.
Search for the Wilder Demon. I mean,
Search.
it can be whatever you want.
party.
Search
Yeah.
for the official can.
Yeah. So
We're always searching.
join the party.
Join the
'cause,
party, yeah.
You learn something every time, even if you don't want to.
And where can people find that party, Damon? Where do people got to go?
Well, this is on Facebook, so
Yep.
you go to Facebook and look up the Ethan Clare Show.
On our page, we have a link.
I've learned more about Facebook in the last 3 days. So like the page, you want to go and you want to follow and like, right?
Yep.
Because that's like the main thing. But then if you want exclusive stuff and stuff getting thrown out there,
That's where you go to.
that's where you go to the party.
Yep. And
It's
we'll-
kind of like a real party. You
Yeah.
gotta have that invite.
You have to invite.
yeah, we're only it's invite. Well, it's not invite. I mean, I
to
think
be-
you actually do. You have to actually be invited.
No, you have to be approved.
you have to be approved. So you have to be on the list.
which
we'll say.
brings it's a party. So it's everyone like be social in there. Be
Yep.
Be don't be negative.
No.
Like,
Have a good time.
Have a good time.
We'll put polls in there. We'll
Yeah.
put special videos. We'll put extra stuff.
Be
We'll put
accepting to new people.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you have a complaint or something, call the phone number on Facebook because we have a phone line.
we have a
too.
phone line too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you spot any Wilder Demons or anything out there.
Yeah,
So-
let's use it more for that.
So that is the Facebook group. Also on here, we have the official merchandise store on twinstore.com. You can go get any of your EC Show merchandise. We have all the original designs with a couple different ones, newer ones here, the Wilder Demon shirt, the classic Cole Barons t-shirt, and then all the way down here in the bottom, one of our newer ones, the Wilder
Oh,
Demon.
I have not seen that one. That one.
The Wilder Demon research team. So if you want to get more into we have all the different colors on here too. Wilder Demon research team.
Yeah.
We're trying to find that thing.
Don't wear it while you're searching for the demon though, because it'll like tip him off or her.
Yep. Yeah, depending on what gender the demon is. We haven't got
right.
that far
No.
yet. And if people are wondering what we're talking about the Wilder Demon all the time, I'll put a link in the description for that episode. We're going to also do a future episode where we really dive into
Yeah,
it.
it's got to get a little warmer out. We're in Minnesota. So
Yeah.
demon might
Maybe-
be like
I think they're hibernating. Yeah.
Hibernate.
I think
probably.
they're
Maybe
hibernate.
someday Ethan will release the footage from when we went looking for
That's
it.
right. You guys.
I keep saying I'm going to, but it's
Who
the
was
weight.
that? Me, you, Tylen, and Jordan.
Well, what time of the month or year was it when you hit the demon?
In May, I believe.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So we gotta wait. We gotta wait till summer
Spring, yeah,
to
fall.
get going with this thing.
Spring.
This week, though, I didn't tell you guys again what the podcast topic was. I gave you guys a little idea of what it was last week, but I didn't really touch on that too much. And then there's another topic that you have no idea what it is. So you guys and the listeners, the viewers, will find out for the first time.
Yeah, I've been building like forts all week, like out of bamboo and stuff. So I hope it has something to do with
So
that.
maybe, okay, well, then you know a little bit about what the first topic is here. The first topic is a viral video sensation, and they've been really growing in popularity. And maybe the trend's kind of dying down now, but I know they were extremely popular before. They're called primitive technology videos, and what they started out was these guys would go out in like the jungle and they'd dig a hole and then they'd put clay around it and then they'd fill water up and then they'd put bamboo over the top. But then the videos, they were trying to outdo each other, and more accounts came with names like so the names are great. I love the names.
I didn't watch any of the videos.
I haven't seen.
Okay, good. Then you'll be surprised. So some of the names are primitive technology, primitive survival, jungle survival, brave survival life. Like they're not from the United States, and they're trying to upload videos, but they get like 10 million, 20 million views.
So the first people saw it and they're like, oh my gosh, how many views? Let's all start doing a channel.
Yes. So then they start competing with each other, and then they go from basic like little things to like giant 5-story tall bamboo. And what it really made me think of was we talked about like people building the pyramids or people building these giant structures out in the jungle, and you think of like Rome and all these amazing things that man has done, and people question it. I don't question it anymore.
Is that why you think so many people are watching? Because like they're interested in like how things were done when they didn't have YouTube?
I don't know. But this made me really think that there's usually 2 guys in the videos that do it. But think if you had like 50 guys or 100 guys, then I definitely think anything is possible after watching these videos. So
that blew Ethan's mind here. Let's see what he's talking about.
Like I told you, I stayed up really late one night watching watching these videos because they're super entertaining.
You brought this up, and I had no idea what was on. And I remember it came up online, and there was like a girl making like a hut. And I'm like, what is this? Because it was like a 30-minute video of her just like in the stream making a bamboo hut, and I'm like, what is this?
This is a little bit different, similar. And these videos are long. I'm just gonna skip through them a little bit here. But what they mainly...
These are having a little fun, too.
We don't need the audio either. What they mainly consist of is like time or like quicker sped up building, but they're able to build amazing structures. Like here, this is just one guy in this video. Yeah. And I'll skip into it. Then they get clay and they cover the whole thing. For people listening, it's going to be kind of hard to understand, but they're building... He's pretty much building a treehouse here.
Yeah.
And you think, wow, that's amazing. But then... he goes a step farther, and they always have to go a step further. They always have to do the next best thing. So he starts building up a structure here, and then starts designing what appears to be a little slide right here with bamboo. And I didn't know how strong bamboo was.
Oh yeah, that's very
crazy.
strong.
Yeah. And look at this. He's already dug a whole pool here in the ground, and they do all this by hand.
Do you really think it's just him, or they shut the camera off a little bit? And
that's the conspiracy behind it. There's a whole Reddit community.
It could be him, but it would take a long time.
Yeah, and there's a whole Reddit community of people that argue about whether they get actual like shovels and stuff, because when they actually do it, they're only using like handmade tools. And when you watch them, they're all doing it by hand. So I think there are people that fake it, but I think a lot of the bigger accounts probably have to do it like they probably do it for real.
Where's this coconut radio and stuff? You guys probably never watched Gilligan's Island.
No, I thought you were talking about like the Flintstones or something.
Oh, maybe that too. Yeah, you can't be surprised. Gilligan's Island, they could do all this stuff. Besides build a boat.
Look at that though. That's crazy.
This is unbelievable.
It
though.
Is he making a water slide?
He's making a water slide. So then
slide.
Yeah, well, it's actually a water slide.
It's gonna be a water slide.
Just wait. They always make clay. They know how to do all these different things. He's building ladders here. This is the only tool that he uses for everything. He uses this like handmade machete, and then he smashes up like a.
That is an awesome cleaver or some type of. Oh yeah, look at that
root of a tree, and then they show him doing everything. So it'd be tough for me to believe that they shut the camera off and.
It's like if it didn't have internet, like. Very primitive 1,000 years ago, the stuff actually was going on.
They're mixing hay in with or straw in.
It's still going on.
He made his own basket here, and then I'll kind of get to the end here because it's kind of dragging on, but
it's very satisfying to make baskets, by the way, and you would not expect that. I was not going to expect to say that tonight, but in some of our programs, we do basket weaving with the kids.
Underwater basket.
101. I'm at level 201 now. 202. But it's like you accomplish because you start with the reeds, you weave them, and then it's kind of relaxing to sit there and do it. And then you have a basket when you're finished.
I'll have to look into
that. Look how clean that water is.
I couldn't make one of these, but so that's like the hot tub next to the pool.
Yeah, and then he fills up a little. He has a little tank up here, and then he pushes a little hole in there, and then that's what gives water down to the water slide. So then he actually makes a water slide.
Yep, he ended up mudding it up like. Like sheetrock.
Okay, and you might think that is super cool, but like I said, they have to outdo each other. So what starts off as a simple little tree house.
He's got a little hot tub over there too. You see that, Damon?
Yeah.
They that's not enough for these guys. That's not enough. No. You always got to go farther. So what's the next thing you got to do? Well, you gotta start building
a hotel. Bigger.
Here's a 4-story wood brick villa house and all handmade. I think there's 2 guys in this video. That is not it, by the way.
Yeah, this looks like SimCity or something.
This is some Sim stuff. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So here's the video here. And again, they're long. You got to go watch these. But look how tall they build this stuff. Like they're way up.
Looks a little shaky.
Yeah, don't worry. They fixed that. So they build it up here, and then they add on like all this siding, and they build the stairs, the ladders going up, and then that's not enough. Then you got to start building like the water slide, the pool. And they dig all this.
Well, and there's no talking during this either. Is there any music going on?
They usually have music. Yeah, I just shut it off because I don't know if it's copyrighted or not. But you see this? They dig it all by hand with the little cleavers or whatever they're using.
Yeah, I don't know what you'd call that because it's cleaverish, but it's more. I'm sure it has its name.
Yeah, and look at this. They just dig
it's like a psi type thing, but it's not.
It's unbelievable. And then so we'll jump here to the end.
I wonder how long this actually takes.
I saw some of them. There was like a 75-day one.
I fully expect you guys to set up the GoPro at your parents' house out on the beach and
start build
something like this.
Do you think though that they where that looks like concrete to me?
It's it's probably clay that hardens and mixed with water, so basically it's like concrete. But,
there was a conspiracy that they're bringing in like Quickcrete or something. Because look at that amount of.
It would take a ton. I would literally.
Now they're going to do the whole pool with the homemade concrete. See that?
Who's getting all the money off these videos? What do they do with it?
I don't know, and I want to know
they're
where
buying Quickcrete.
I want to know where these guys live. Look at this.
That's why they keep it.
I'd probably live in those if I built them.
So then here we'll get to the end of this video. Here, look at this. They start painting in there.
So is this like supporting if they live in a city or a village or town? Are they live in towns of millions of people that are just watching these videos to get them money, and then they put the money back into a real?
No, because look at that. All of the comments and stuff are from United States Americans. Really? People this is unbelievable. Yeah. People said they couldn't build the pyramids. Well, now I believe it. All this kind of stuff.
That's kind of making a big jump.
Where are all the ladies at?
I don't know, but look at this. Isn't that not amazing that they built that by hand? And it's all, it blows my mind. I'll show you 1 or 2 more just because
I wonder if they knew if they did this back when they didn't see water slide parks and stuff to know what they were. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Back in the day for fun.
They're super good though.
You got to think way back then. You didn't have you couldn't go and watch the internet. You had all day to make that stuff and do art and farm and then have wars.
Do you think that these guys are part of a tribe or is it
I don't know. Not if they have. Well, they have. Someone's got a pretty nice camera there shooting them. But I said earlier, I kind of
maybe that's what they're buying. They're buying cameras.
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around who's running it and where, because you get money from the views and stuff, right? Are they advertising on here?
Yep, they're advertising.
Yep. That's a ton of views, right?
10 million views. How many? Let's check how many views this video has.
They're making money every month, huh?
So this video has 6.7 million views, 63,000 likes on it, and their channel, Primitive Unique Tool.
Who's doing that?
1.31 million subscribers. So they're making a ton of money. And they don't need any money to make their videos.
I know the next step. They're going to hire these guys to come, if they can refine them, to the United States and do this stuff in their yards or their islands and stuff.
Look at this though. Come on, this is just unbelievable.
Well, it's like peering into the ancient times.
Yeah.
Because they find those structures and stuff buried now.
Yeah, they find crazier things than this, but this is just look at this. They built a basket going down and
that's some type of bladder up there.
Yep, and then they get natural grass to put. Yeah, they have a little bamboo running into the little pot.
All right, if you're at home listening, you're gonna wanna
watch
tune in.
One.
Just come find the podcast and watch this because it'll save you time on.
Very interesting stuff to me. Look at this. They light candles in the little holes. Yeah. That is some beautiful, beautiful stuff. Yeah. So I gotta get like I said, I was watching these videos just to see all right, who's gonna do the next big thing.
It looks like there might be in Cambodia.
He's going to bed.
Yeah, he's taking a nap from all that hard work. They built a bowling alley here.
No, they did not.
Yeah, they did right here. They built a water slide house, a pyramid one. We're not there. Maybe this one last one, just because I love this one too. This is a 5-story.
I wanted to see the bowling alley.
This is what Ethan's doing in his bedroom when you're in your apartment.
yeah, just watching
guys in the swimming pool and building.
So they built a giant diving. A giant 5-story circles going around.
It is impressive.
Look at this.
Yeah, it is impressive.
And then they jump off of the top.
Looks like the Ewok village.
Literally. Look at how tall that is, too. And they built the pool deep enough so they can, it's all about building pools. They always have to show off and build these pools.
Somewhere there's like a bunch of the stuff all around. Like they just have it like.
Yeah, I want to know where all this stuff is. Like how much
Those look like bricks.
They made those.
Yeah.
They made those bricks like with clay. They showed that too in the video. Like this is a 22-minute
I'm guessing
video.
like Cambodia or something or.
Yeah. This one's called
by the
Evolution.
looks of
Evolution Primitive Time.
the surroundings.
Look how many views. 15 million, almost 16 million views.
Bonkers. I'm just learning about that stuff too. That's a crazy. That's like a Justin Bieber video, right?
It's a lot of money.
Is that like a Justin Bieber
No,
video?
Justin Bieber.
Well, he does.
Baby has like 1 billion views, I'm pretty sure. A little
That's
bit.
a lot of views, though.
16 million views though is like Logan Paul, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Like they're making like millions of dollars if they get this for a lot of videos.
Yeah.
So
where's this money going?
there's a lot of conspiracy theories around it.
New time lapse cameras.
I think that the guys are.
Is it business guys setting this up and these guys aren't getting anything?
I would hope not. I think that these guys are actually doing it on their own, and I hope that they keep doing it.
Or they maybe don't even know what they're doing. Who knows? That's like a mystery.
Well, someone's monetizing the videos and making money off.
But
of
it might
them.
not be the people in the videos.
I'm hoping
that's
they
where
do.
my head went first. But now I'm thinking maybe.
Yeah. Well, let's see if they have copyrighted music.
Maybe
in
like
here.
a European.
No copyrighted music, so they have. Interesting, and they're definitely not from the United States
think.
with their names and stuff.
Right.
Build hut around swimming pool. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
I didn't know anything about it. That's
Yeah.
cool. I thought we were watching.
Damon's going home and watching all of them.
Nah.
What's your final? Do you think that they're?
HGTV stuff. I thought that's like what this was, like a reality TV show.
Do you think that they're doing this all by hand, or there's help coming in?
Yeah, Damon, what's going on behind the scenes?
What's going on behind the
I think they have the know-how to do it. So I'm not going to discredit them and say that they're not just doing it themselves. But if they're trying to pump out a lot of videos and I don't know the time frames, they probably shut the camera off and maybe get some help unless they're showing 100% of what they're doing.
There's a bobcat off camera.
I don't think that. I just think there's more guys.
More guys,
and they probably actually have shovels and stuff. Because people were making videos about like they found like shovel marks and they found I don't know what they all were, but they proving that these videos aren't real.
Yeah, they saw a Home Depot truck in the background.
Yeah. In the background, there's like a Hilton hotel or something.
Somebody's got to find where these are at in real life.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't do too much research past that part of it. I just thought these were super interesting.
Yeah,
to
it
me.
is.
It is cool to watch.
Makes you think like what's.
Yeah, and so that is the part that you guys knew was coming.
Yep.
Now for the part
But
of the podcast.
not really. I didn't really. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you had a
there.
better idea. The part of the podcast you guys had no idea was coming. The main topic tonight is the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh.
The mystery of the infamous Bermuda Triangle. Do you guys know anything about it before we jump into it too much?
I mean, I know it being a triangle, it must have like latitude and longitude marks where it's over an ocean where you a lot of plane crashes or disappear.
Yep, a lot of
disappearances. You don't want to go in
disappearances.
there, and as far as I know, no one really knows the reason why. But I'm interested to see if it holds truth. Like, can planes go through there? Or
There's
no?
there's a lot of interesting.
Is it a vortex?
There's science. There's science behind it, and then there's like conspiracy behind it. Because obviously you have like the alien UFO, like the mystery, and then you also have like the U.S. Navy, literally proclaiming. I won't bring up like what they're saying, but before we get into it, because I don't want to ruin the mystery. And it's just obviously.
Have they made a movie about the?
I'm sure.
Well, there was a 1971 documentary called The Devil's Triangle, I'm pretty sure is what it was called. It started, believe it or not, Christopher Columbus was the first person to write about it back in 1492. When he sailed the ocean blue, when he sailed through the area, he actually wrote this down in his journal. A great flame of fire crashed into the sea one night, he wrote. And that was in the Bermuda Triangle. Another time he saw a strange light in the sky, and they didn't know what it was. People think
Like
that
a UFO or a phoenix?
People think that the fireball he saw was a meteor
I'm going to play along tonight, Colin.
crashing into the this is actually he wrote this down though, Columbus did. People think that it was a meteor that crashed into the ocean. And then the first time that anyone actually called it the Bermuda Triangle was in 1964 by Vincent Gaddis in an article for the Argosy magazine.
Those are some tough words.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. So I don't know. That's kind of the background of it.
Do ships go through there anymore?
They do. It's one of the most popular
Like with now the technology, you have more
ports.
trackers.
And people want. Okay, first of all, where is the Bermuda Triangle? Because we haven't even touched that part yet. Here's the location of the Bermuda Triangle. It's in the Atlantic Ocean. It's between Miami, Florida, and it runs down to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and then it runs up to Bermuda. And
It's a big area.
it is. It's a 450. It's actually 500,000 square miles.
I didn't
of land,
realize it was that big.
of ocean, not land. Bermuda is known, like Bermuda, the island there is known for having really dangerous reefs. And alone around Bermuda, we'll look at a map. But there are over 300 shipwrecks around Bermuda, like off the coast of Bermuda. That's just there. We're not even accounting for the entire rest of the triangle.
Does it overlap Florida a little bit? Because that would explain a lot of things.
What's right here? I get there is a lot of crazy people down in Florida. Is that the Bahamas right there, or where are the Bahamas right there? Here? Or are they farther down?
They're right here, aren't they?
Right here?
Yeah.
No, like
this?
Yeah.
That's not that. This is Honduras, and I shouldn't even be going into this. We couldn't even figure out where Indiana was last week.
That's funny.
When was that?
I'm just messing with you. We had a little geometry. Remember that, Damon?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Bahamas are right in here. But anyway, what was I talking about here? Now you got me off track. How do you get out of this without? Okay, so that's where the area is. Now like I was talking about around Bermuda. This is Bermuda right here, Damon itself. The amount of shipwrecks. These are the marked out ones. All those little dots are shipwrecks. And it's because of the dangerous reefs that are around.
Oh, sure.
Around Bermuda. I about called it Ventura. There's all these different shipwrecks are here, and you can actually see some of them on Google Earth. I went and made a little video.
Like the ships you can see?
You can see them underwater because the water's crystal clear, you know?
It's like a treasure hunter's paradise.
It is, yeah. And they do. I'm like, I want to go.
We might have to go urban explore.
I want to go to Bermuda. And
there's the Santa Anta, like the real Santa Anta.
Right here?
Yeah.
Is that the one from the?
I don't know.
Isn't that one of Christopher
Pinta?
Columbus?
Yeah,
the Pinta.
Yeah. Santa Maria.
I don't know if that's the one or not. That would be kind of ironic though if they crashed right here. There's a lot of them though around here. Let me show you the video I made though. This is a shipwreck off of Bermuda, and it's got a little 3D model action for us here. So I'm looking around, looking at all these different shipwrecks. I'm like, right here. We got one. See that in the water right there? Boom.
Oh, yeah.
And then someone made a little 3D model of it because it's actually sticking out of the water now. So you can go scuba diving. I was looking at how much it costs. It's called the wreck of HMS Vixen, Somerset Village, Bermuda. So I was looking up how much
Probably
it is.
A tourist trap now.
Yeah, it is. It's all about. I was looking at because you have to get scuba certified to go, and I was looking like how much does that cost and everything. It's like $350 to get scuba certified, which would be kind of. I would love to at some point in my life.
You guys would go full Goonies.
Yeah,
literally, we're hunting down shipwrecks. So I thought that was very interesting. You probably wonder how much of this is real, the like disappearances and stuff. Like, is it all myth or is it actually real? Well, there's a lot of very well-known disappearances, and they're not just shipwrecks.
Aren't there planes?
Planes, and they cannot find them. So let's go from the most well-known. The USS Cyclops vanished in March of 1918. This is the main one that people know about. 300 men in a Navy cargo ship vanished somewhere between Barbados and Chesapeake Bay. And so 300 men, and no one was ever found. The ship was never found.
The ship or plane?
It was a ship, U.S. Navy cargo ship, never found. And the men were never found. No remnants of them. Nothing was found. Then in 1941, two sister ships vanished in the same area. And when I mean vanished, they never found the ship, the plane, whatever it is we're talking about. Yeah. Flight 19. This is a crazy one. December of 1945, 5 U.S. Navy torpedo bombers vanished. Same day, another plane went to look for them, but vanished as well. Never found remnants or nothing. And then other famous disappearances, the DC-3 plane 27 had 27 passengers, went down in 1948, vanished. SS Marine Sulphur Queen, 39 passengers, vanished 1963. Airlift plane 1965, and the Sylvia L. Asa, a 590-foot cargo ship with 37 people on board, vanished in 1976.
Oh, wow.
Are there any recent disappearances?
Yeah, there are. There was one in 2018, and the ship actually just showed up. Or it vanished in 2017, and it went missing for an entire year, and then it showed up off
Looks
the coast.
like some kids found it.
It showed off. They did. Tourists found it. Showed up off the coast of Ireland. So yeah,
Maybe
it just
pirates might be in there and hijacking these, and then like
They did,
taking
yeah.
around
It's
and then dumping them.
Fratelli's.
It's just just bring a bunch of baby Ruths with you, and you'll be all right.
My question is, how the heck
that's
does
awesome.
a ship that big just float across the ocean for over a year?
Yeah,
Hey, I like
Well,
how this guy's wearing a construction
ship.
vest with a hard helmet.
yeah.
And then you got
That's the OSHA guy.
Logan
going,
Paul
what are we
here.
gonna do? What are we gonna do with this?
that
one?
is a cool find though. I couldn't imagine
Yeah.
stumbling across.
Oh, maybe
this.
that, maybe they are. Maybe someone get hijacked and like it's like a ship graveyard, and they just like let's put it in the Bermuda Triangle. And,
Yeah.
like,
Well, pirating is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Because there was actually a ship that we have a picture right here. The Ghost ship went vanishing for 10 years. This thing was huge, cargo ship, and I can't remember which. They found it in Myanmar. After it went missing in 2009, and it showed up in 2009. It actually showed up last year. They found this ship, and
that's just very interesting on its own.
Was anyone on it?
no one was on it, and all of the cargo was taken.
Oh, yeah.
So the pirates had already
Yeah,
raided it,
raided
and
it.
so there's just a giant ship floating in the ocean for 10
yeah,
years.
isn't that something? I mean, the ocean is massive. And
Yeah,
then-
We should do a podcast about pirates.
There, yeah, like Captain
people
Phillips kind of.
people
Yeah.
downplay pirates. You know what I mean?
We don't talk about pirates enough, Damon.
Yeah,
They're
where are my
underrated.
pirates?
Well, I
I'm a
mean,
Pirates
hey, we
fan.
don't
Where are
really-
my pirate fans
where's my
at?
Pirates
Hey,
fan?
we don't really
Shout
know
out
that
to the
much about pirates.
Hashtag pirate party.
Hashtag pirate party. That one. This is actually crazy to me though. That was an actual thing.
That is crazy. That is just, like that's very
It's a massive ship.
thought provoking, and that's not a bad idea, Colin. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like
Captain
ghost
Phillips.
ships. Yeah, I mean, it's eerie to think like that's out there, and obviously something horrible happened to the crew if it's getting overtaken. But that's just floating around there with no one on it. I mean, that's horror movie stuff.
Yep.
What is going on here?
Another picture from the Bermuda Triangle. All these ships. I think this is off the coast of Bermuda.
Looks
All
like
these-
Chicago traffic.
It was probably a hurricane, and they all got dumped on a reef or something.
Yeah. Well, the weather is a major part of the Bermuda Triangle. What a couple of people who have gone through call it the electronic fog, and this is another conspiracy thing.
Great band name.
Electronic fog.
Yeah, that
electric
is.
fog. What it is, there has been over like 10 or 20 pilots and captain. It's actually this happens in the air. So it'd be a what do you call that? Would that be a pilot?
Airplane pilot?
Yeah. Well, it'd be like a captain.
Oh.
Because it's a U.S. like Navy ship.
sure.
I don't know if we'll just say
be
pilot.
Navy or Air
yeah.
Force. Yeah.
So pilots have came forward and said that there's an electronic fog that when they go into it like the fog surrounds the plane.
Oh, sure.
And it's caused a ton of them to go down. But the people who've came out have actually experienced a very weird thing where they can travel over 100 miles in 30 minutes. It's like a time vortex.
Oh, I think
call
I
it.
remember you saying something about that. We're talking about the time travel.
Yeah, but
episode.
this is people have came like a lot of very high profile people
Yeah.
have came forward and said that there's something weird.
Magnetic fields, maybe.
Magnetic
or
fields,
like-
yeah, it is.
Why do people keep
Instruments.
going through it then?
They have to. I mean, did you see the location
Yeah,
of it?
true.
I
It's
just,
the
it is.
most-
I just
Very-
looked up real quick here, Colin, and it says that there are people that fly through it, like with their instruments now and stuff, and like it isn't like forbidden or like people don't do it, but
yeah,
still going
it's
through
one
it.
of the most busy parts of the Atlantic Ocean. I was reading
That
today.
makes it look huge, but maybe it is that big.
It is, yeah. I mean, it goes all the way from. This is an actual like. I guess it's got
Yeah.
the circumference on it too.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is how big it really is. It's over 500,000 square miles of ocean. And I was just thinking today, how big the ocean actually is.
Yeah.
Like how massive.
75%, isn't that about the numbers?
Yeah, it's like it's
That's
a huge
crazy.
number. And we're talking about a small portion, but think of all the other shipwrecks around the world and all that water and all the disappearances. I
Yeah.
mean, we focus on Bermuda Triangle, but think of all of the times that ships have gone down, people have
Right.
died. And the Bermuda Triangle claimed more than 1,000 lives during the 20th century alone.
Really?
Yeah. And so we talked about the electronic fog. Why are there so many things going on? A couple of the other theories, UFOs. I don't know why UFOs became like a thing synonymous with.
Because if you can't explain something, then you just
Aliens.
dump a UFO on it.
Where was that picture? I had a funny picture on here.
But I do believe, like, people say find more living things that we haven't come across. If you're going to do that, you're finding them in the that's a picture.
There's a plane
In the
being
ocean
sucked
or like
into
way
the
deep
ocean.
in the ocean. Like
Yeah.
Life Aquatic. That's
Yeah.
a great movie. If you
Well, in Atlantis, we're talking about the ocean. They think that the lost city of Atlantis, which could be a whole nother podcast topic, is actually underneath the Bermuda Triangle.
We'll include that with the Pirates episode.
Right. And mermaids. We got to throw mermaids.
Merman. I love this picture though, like the lightning. This is like the conspiracy theory picture, like
that kind of looks. It reminds me of the airplane movie poster. Isn't there it's lightning on the plane?
The plane's twisted up. Here's the Cyclops.
You mean like the old airplane movie?
Well, that's in a knot.
That's awesome.
The airplane's in a knot.
I thought there was lightning or something.
Here's the Cyclops. I was talking about this before.
Yeah,
These are pictures of ships before they went down. Here's the Flight 19. Those are the 5 U.S. bombers that went They're gone. Never have seen them again. And then I have a couple more pictures of like wrecks and stuff that have been found in Bermuda. Here's a plane down in there. This is the kind of stuff that I'd love to go dive and get pictures of, just because it'd be so cool to see that.
I think it'd be more newsworthy if they just like a ship shows up from 10 years that has been abandoned, just floating around there,
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because one just showed up after 100 years. It vanished in the Bermuda Triangle. 100 years, and it washed up in Miami or off the coast of Florida, and they actually found it. And it went missing in like 1914 or 1920. I think it was actually 1920 because it was 100 years. So 2020, they actually found it off the coast of Florida.
Really?
And it was a shipwreck. Yeah.
That is Goonies. That had to have been. Yeah. That had to have been like in a cave then, and then like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
had to been like an octopus down there.
Have you ever heard about the? I don't want to get too off topic, but have you ever heard about the Garfield phone? The Garfield phone shipwreck?
No.
Oh my gosh!
Garfield phone shipwreck.
Garfield phone. Colin, you might have to run around here.
Like the cat?
The cat. You might have to run around and type this in quick, because I just type in up here in the search. Just type in Garfield phone shipwreck, and it'll come up. It's like one of the most funny random stories. Just look up Garfield.
Oh, did they find a bunch of Garfield phones like on the beach?
Yeah, they kept washing up. Phone shipwreck. Shipwreck.
As I'm looking it up, trying to look it up too.
Huh? No. What do you call them? You just type it in, and then hit enter. This happened. I can't remember where. For 35 years, these Garfield phones kept washing up on the beach. In where were these again? God, where was this? Beach for decades. Since the 1980s, the Irois coast in Brittany has received a supply of bright orange landline novelty phones shaped like the famous cartoon cat. So these were washing up for a long time, and they finally figured out where they were coming from. Members of the Air Viltansu group, accompanied by France Info Journalism, set out to find it. Climbing down the slippery rocks to the cave, the team spotted remnants of a destroyed shipping container, and soon between the rocks, Garfield phones in a more complete condition than any found before them.
That's fantastic.
What had happened was a ship had crashed into a cave, and the shipping container had fallen off the ship.
Yeah.
The Garfield phones were slowly exiting the cave underwater and then washing up on shore.
What a weird thing to have.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
So, like I said, the ocean's massive. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. I remember hearing about this.
Yeah.
When was that?
When they first figured out about it. This was in 2019. So last year, they actually figured out where they were coming from.
Isn't that odd?
After 35 years.
That's odd, yeah. Garfield heads rolling up on shore.
Yeah. So I guess I really don't have an answer for the Bermuda Triangle. But what the U.S. Navy says is between the bad weather that shows up in that area, because I guess it's kind of a bad area for a couple of reasons, whether that's like different temperatures coming in from the United States and over the ocean,
and
of
storms,
hurricanes and big waves and storms, and then also human error for how many ships and planes travel through there, along with the fog, causes people to crash and go down. It's just kind of an infamous area for that.
Yeah, and then you build folklore on top of it from past ones, and then it gets traction.
In the movies, and I mean, I think it just alone
unexplained, the Garfield phones.
Yeah,
I mean,
300 ships alone off the coast of Bermuda.
I would figure that. Yeah, that's great. I'd figure like space aliens were just like really into Garfield. And, like, somehow they're
dropping them off little by little. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I don't really have too much more about the Bermuda Triangle, but it was very interesting to me, and I was trying to do more research and get like more straight answers, but most of it is conspiracy theories.
I wonder what everyone thinks. Yeah, I mean,
that's what people either go with the far conspiracy theory or the weather human error part of it. So I'm siding more obviously with the human error. I'm not going to say UFOs are sucking planes, and I don't think so. Atlantis is down there either. So I think it's just a bad area for weather, and the popularity of it has made it become like a destination.
It's a good tie-in. You tied in the Bermuda Triangle, a nice tropical area, and we saw some videos of people building huts.
Primitive beach. I was trying to find something that could link them. I think you just found it. That works for me, Damon. So next week on the podcast, I am hoping that we can do the official official pop episode.
Are we getting Mike Nelson for that one?
We might have to get Mike Nelson.
Are we going out exploring, or are we going to wait till it gets warmer to do that?
I think we might have to wait till we go out. But we could do the episode, talk about it, and give the background of it. And then this summer we can hopefully, and I'll bring the can with, and we can, I'll talk to Mike. That'd be cool. See if we can get more information on that. And then
the official beverage of the Ethan Clerc podcast show.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I love that, actually. The official beverage.
We got to bring it back. That's what we should do. Make our own pop.
Yeah, make our own pop.
Official beverage. We won't get into it now. You'll have to wait and see, but it was a pop brand.
Yep.
And should we just leave it at that?
We'll leave it at that. We'll leave the mystery open.
Yeah.
So
good luck finding something on it on Google.
Yeah, everyone stay away from the Bermuda Triangle unless you want to go down in the ocean and join the ranks of many thousands of people. But make sure you check out the merch store. Make sure you check out the EC Show Party Facebook group. And maybe we'll be posting some more cool pictures from the Bermuda Triangle on there and the Garfield phone issue. I guess
I'm going to go on eBay and see if we can buy one.
That would be kind of cool.
There's probably shipwrecked ones on there that sell for more than
that'd be awesome.
It's like bullion. It's like Garfield plastic, but it's gold.
That'd be nuts.
Yeah, it's like the Goonies. That's like a real Goonies, in a cave, like Shipwreck. Like that's the kind of stuff that I'd love to go see. So that has been this episode 71 of the Ethan Clerc Podcast Show. We'll be back next week. This is the Ethan Clerc Podcast Show with Damon and Colin. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.
I've got a great.
And then, I remember.
It's not even the shape.
Mentally ill.
It's a special effects.